So we had just started smoking weed, and
You smoke weed?
so we just started doing crack.
Hey, pretty.
Hey, what's cracking?
What's crack-a-lackin'?
What's going on?
When did you first realize that you could? When did you first realize that you could rap?
I think when I was probably like 16, that's when SoundCloud just started munching up everything, and then everybody rapped. Like everybody who could afford a microphone was
SoundCloud
rapping.
rappers.
Yeah,
Mhm.
right. And so like it honestly just came from like looking around, and it was just like, damn, like I could probably do this better than most of these dudes. And these dudes were like getting clout. Like people were fucking with it, and they were getting like some plays and stuff like that. So I asked for like a MacBook for Christmas, got like the whole setup, and then like for the first year just like started, I would like mix and master everything on like a Bose like portable speaker that was like this size. It was crazy. But I just like did it because I just loved it. Like I
Yeah.
was just having so much fun with it, and it didn't take off or anything like for so fucking long. But it was just cool like going to school the next day and having that like immediate feedback of just like putting something out the next day, having people just be like, yo, like this is terrible, or like, yo, this is super sick. And like at whatever rate, it was just cool to have feedback on something that like I made entirely like by myself. You know what I mean?
In the next 365 days, what have you got going on?
Absolutely nothing. Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, great talking to you.
I think I thought you were gonna squeeze my nipple, dude. And I was like, damn, like the culture out here is crazy. Like,
I feel like if someone opened up your TikTok
Yeah.
or something, they'd be like, oh, overnight success.
isn't that annoying? Yeah. Nowadays you have these, what you want to call like overnight successes, and I think the main thing that separates longevity, especially nowadays, is the live aspect of things. It's like how good is your show, and a lot of the times the show is reliant on energy, sure, but also reliant on the performance, on the theatrics of things, you know, and that bleeds into, I mean, not just the show necessarily, but how you just carry yourself as like an artist. So with the whole like overnight success thing, it definitely fucking wasn't. Like I was saying, we put out like 60 fucking songs before anything did over 1,000 streams, and then one day, and that's what's so dope, is that like it can
happen in one day.
It's 10 years to make an overnight success, but it does. When things do happen, it does tend to be overnight. You know what I mean? So how do you define like?
Sure.
I guess in some like definition of the term, it could be that. But then the second that it started doing that, it was just like, you know, I want to take everything from this and just put it right back into it.
Do you believe in God?
Whoa.
Because you talk about moving out from love and like out of love and out of fear.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm confused in this big blue world, dude, to be honest.
Were you raised religious?
I was, yeah. I was baptized Christian when I was really young, for whatever that means. But I am a firm believer that, like, Jesus, Buddha, like, motherfucking Teresa, whatever you want to, like, call it, like, it's all the same thing. We're all talking about, like, the same energy, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
and
definitely.
so I think meditating is one and the same with praying. I think we're tapping into the same source, you know what I mean? What about you?
Sometimes I say I believe in God, but I don't actually mean it.
Whoa.
Do you think I could be a rapper?
No, I don't.
Oh, I've heard that before, actually.
Yeah, you wouldn't last a day, kid.
Why?
Caucasian, so.
Are you not?
Oh, fuck. I put out the most fire fucking quote on my story the other day.
What was it?
I don't want to tell you.
You had a really good story. You had a really good story the other day where you were. It was the one where you showed some metrics.
Yeah. I'm so big on that, dude, because
good.
People are so weird about that. Of like, you know, they don't want to. Even their current metrics, people are weird about that, because it's all about. We live in the culture where it's like, oh, what picture makes it look like there's the most people at the show, and like what?
Yes, which I didn't actually quite realize. I just never really deeped that, and then I was like at the front row of all these things,
right?
And like no one would ever repost my picture. It's because they want to. And then when I realized it's because they wanted to see fucking heads, I'd be like, that's lame.
It's so lame, bro. So fucking lame.
Yeah.
And like we live in this world where like people will buddy up with other dudes on tour, and they'll go on this tour with like 5, 6, 7 people because they're too afraid to perform in front of 20 of their true fans, which is so wild to me. So I'm always like huge on that because again, like I did it for so long without anybody giving a fuck, and I know what that feels like to where like, nah, I didn't want to quit, but like I definitely know what it feels like to be like, this has to be it.
Does it feel?
And then having 30 songs after that weren't it.
That weren't it.
Yeah, man, it sucks.
Does it feel lonely?
It can for sure. I think it's tough. Like again, man, I've just been so blessed. My buddies, like I've had the same friends since I was in 7th grade, and so they've been there for the entire thing. Yeah.
I feel like to be on the journey of an artist like yourself, you kind of have to be a little bit delusional in the beginning.
You have to be so fucking delusional.
And you have to believe that the energy you put out is going to return itself eventually.
Right.
But even with those 60 songs that you put out before you kind of started to pick up traction, did you ever feel like quitting?
Nah.
Really?
Just because, like, I mean, I love this music shit for sure, but I always say, like, I like people just like, what do you think about college? Like, going to college, whatever. And, like, I have nothing against it, but for me, it was just more so, like, I don't know what else I'd be doing if it wasn't this. You know what I mean? So, like, it was never a thing of, like, quitting because it was just, like, there's nothing else for me to do here.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for coming out and Stargazing.
Welcome. That's awesome. You're welcome. This has been awesome, dude. Thank you. This is the most fun interview I've ever had.